Welcome to another episode of BBPN. I'm your host, Cadet Tank. So we're nearing the ending of round 2, coming really close. We have all your updates, unless you're looking for a VGP division. In that case, you're going to have to wait. Callisti had to step out. But we still got Scar, MCC, Ace Cord, the Hooligan division, and of course me covering CDT. Alright, so another surprise, Panda's back. Let's see what's going on in Panda's corner.
I got broads in Atlanta. She's just the lean, the family. Credit cards and the scammers. Hitting the licks in the van.
Greetings, ghouls and goblins. Welcome to another edition of Panda's Corner. Couple items for y'all this week. Let's go ahead and jump into the rumor control, shall we? Bug fix the look forward to bug fix patch is hitting some snags. Word on the street is you need to blame the Goblin team. They still can't get them dialed into where they need to be. So we might be looking at an early December instead of a November patch, possibly into next year. And yeah, well, let's just hope the lads across the pond can get it sorted. A couple unofficial sources have reached out to your man in Pandemonium Land and let it slip that the next expansion is almost confirmed to be a Chaos-themed expansion. So hopefully we're looking at some beautiful Chaos Pact, some Corn, and hopefully some version of the Slaanesh if we can get around the PETA issues. Skull! Blood for the Blood God. Everybody should be pumped. Number 2. I just want to point out, I found Cadet's lack of faith in my beautiful necromantic wolf all-stars to be disturbing, to say the least. I knew that I had to step it up and challenge one of our very own league admins to set the record straight. Boy, it was a bloody affair. There was much damage caused on both sides. He had a big scary death roller. I had a blotch flash golem. It was crazy. But yeah, it was most definitely a very bloody affair. Much like Cadet VGP's love affair with Jim Johnson. Whoa, get out of here. Get out of here, Detective Cord. Go eat some cereal or something. Unfortunately, VGP's namesake, the Blodge Golem, paid the iron price to deliver us the win. Good game and well fought, Biggs. But the wizard, he was hyped up on big moots. And you know what happens when you eat some big moots and cast magic. This section was sponsored by McMurtry's. Item number the 3rd. Mr. Bamboozlebear attempted to break into the Panda Cartel's beautiful mansion, but found a very nasty surprise waiting for him when he came face to face with the Pocket Rockets. That's right. The local team who loves their baby goats and space travel picked up a sponsorship from the Panda Cartel this season in the pit. You know who to cheer for. You know who to do. Us Pocket Rockets, we got it going on. And apparently, an anonymous benefactor has placed a bounty on every single one of the Chaos Warriors who have signed up on the team. Keep your eyes peeled, because someone's going to try to kill them, and we're going to have to make sure that they get stopped. Going through my notes here, yeah, that looks like it for this segment. My big, beautiful moots and fur burgers, that's it for this go-around. Remember, pandas never lose. We only win less. Unless we play against dwarfs, then we cheat and win. Thank you all. Have a good rest of the day.
Love affair, you say? Yeah, I think you need new detectives. This whole, well, he's a vampire coach, so he must be with the vampires. I don't believe in guilty through association. Okay, so anyway, let's get back on topic and see what's going on with Ace in the Court division.
Welcome back, our fellow ghouls and goblins, to BBPN, where we covered the Nats Round 2 Season 9 Core Division here. And we are almost through Day 4. We have one game left to play. And let's go ahead and look at our leaderboard as it stands right now after another day of play and see who's where. So we see the Woodies actually take a loss, going to 3-0-1. Chaos Dwarves getting a win, going to 2-2-0. Norse getting a win, getting 2-0-2. Chaos Dwarves, Hogstench dropping to 4 with 1-1-1. Tied with Vapor Gecko. Vampires at 1-1-1. And GMX, he's out. He is not getting to. He does not pass go. He does not collect $200. He is not getting to the playoffs. So it is down to these 5 teams now. With Axemen, they are in 100%. They are locked. They can still lose that first position, but it's going to take them losing and the White Kniggets winning for them to be taken over, with the Woodies taking on the Gravestone Gents as their final game. I don't see it happening, though. If you do look at the TV value, they were 7 or 1,800 last day. They've dropped quite a bit, and we're about to see why here in a minute, but we'll get to that here in a second. The White Kniggets are firmly pretty relatively safe at number 2. 1 win, they solidify it. As long as the Woodies win and he wins, it's solidified. The Norse lose, he's solidified to number 2. I believe even if the Norse draw, he's solidified at number 2. It would be interesting to see how that works. Chaos Dwarves, basically these two are fighting for that final spot. It's going to come down to this right here, who wins and who draws, and it might even come to head-to-head on a tie. So we'll go ahead and look at see if they have played yet and see who won the head-to-head and who would be going on if it came out to that. So let's go ahead and look at the schedule. So as we said, as we got to this point, Gravestone Gent, White Kniggets, 1-1 draw. Orcs, or the Chaos Dwarves, take a 1-win over the Norse. 2-1 win, Woodies over Orcs. 3-1 win, Chaos Dwarves over Orcs. 1-0 win, Chaos Dwarves lose to the Woodies. The Norse take the 2-0 over the Vamps. Then we go into day 3, we have the Dwarf on Dwarf action, ending in a 1-1 draw. The Vamps actually getting the win 2-1 over the Orcs. And the Woodies dominating 3-0 into Norse. Then we get to day 4. Here we see the Norse do win over the Orcs, knocking them out of this competition. The Gravestone Gents and Bone Chewers United actually play this day. So this game right here decides who's going, almost pretty much decides who's going in. So this game is a huge one for these two teams. I predict the Chaos Dwarves going in over the Vamps because AB7 and Hogstench is determined after his terrible start to the season. And we'll see. And then we have the final day here. We have the Norse taking on Dr. Helix's Chaos Dwarves. I predict the Chaos Dwarves winning that. The Wood Elves taking on the Vampires. I still predict the Woodies winning that, even though they are they're a little hurt right now. And GMX over Bone Chewers United. Basically, Hogstench has to win this game. These last 2 games for Gravestone Gents and Bone Chewers United are must wins. If this ends up as a draw here, it comes down to this. If it ends up being someone winning here, I don't think it can go. I think that's it. I literally think that's going to be who decides here, because if one wins, one loses, it goes 2-1-1, 1-1-2. But if the flip happens the next day, they're going to be tied at 2-1-2, along with, unless the Norse lose, which puts them at 2-0-3. And thanks to those 2 draws, I think that would drop the Norse all the way to number 5 if these 2 teams take a win and the Norse take a loss. So if both these teams win at least one more game and the Norse lose their final, it could also shake it up. So it's going to be an interesting challenge for these last 3, because I see these 2 being locked into 1 and 2, though it could change if Super has Nuffle against them. But I don't see it. I see Super as 1, Chaos Dwarves at 2, and we're going to see what happens between 3 and 4 here. But look at the teams and how they've developed since then. So the Orcs at 1250. Out of it, but we might as well take a look, see how they did. They lost their level 4 Blitzer with a movement down. That hurts. Still same Black Orcs. He did get a casualty on 1, only 2 SSP though. Movement busted lineman with Russell. Looks like pretty much all the same team. A dodge on the thrower. Oops. Block on lineman. Blitzer with guard. Blitzer with blodge, mighty blow. Blitzer with sure feet. That's an odd double skill to take, but okay. And that's his team. Let's see if he can at least pull out one win before the end. And we're going to look at Superfed's Axeman. This Dr. Helix, I love you. If that is not the most pretty sight you have seen all week as a Blood Bowl player, I don't know who you are or what person you pissed off, but that is one of the greatest things I can see. Both War Dancers are missing next game. One even got a armor value knocked out. Gambit here has a niggle, so it basically bounced out to the same exact injury on both War Dancers, losing those for the Vamp game. Both of them with tackle on top of that, so it's going to be hard to get rid of those Vamps. But it still would help, so I doubt he's going to really have much issue with all this dodge still. He has a Treeman, and he lost his Blodge catcher, which is huge. It was killed. The fans wanted a piece of him. And this Dr. Helix, I just want to give you money. Just like, here's some more gold. Here's your bounty. Have fun with it. Because as you can see, it's still the same team. Movement up on the catcher. Lineman with the block kick. Raj, wrestle AG5. Dodge AG5. And on level thrower yet. It'd been greater if he got these, but these would have just been icing on the cake. He got in and did what everyone wanted him to do, which was cripple this team. Then we look at the Norse, 1330. Going up against that very Chaos Dwarf team that just did that to the Wood Elves. And we see he is missing a few players. I think one more died, I believe, last game. Let me check real quick as my recording pauses here. Ooh, he actually lost 2 people. One actually being a level 2 with Fend, and a really who gives a fuck about lineman. But he does. Did he get a level up that match? Wait, what am I doing? I could just probably go into his history. Why am I going to Discord? GMX just didn't even touch the ball. That's dominating performance. Should you go in the result? Yes, he did get a level up on the Berserker. Ooh, take me out. So we have Block Over, Dauntless Runner. Wow, that's a basic runner. Limo Tackle, Limo with an AV. Berserker leveling up with a Strength Up and Mighty Blow. His other Berserker he decided to take Mighty Blow on. Limo Tackle and the Yeti with Mighty Blow Claw. 1 SSP away from that next skill. Probably hopefully for block, I would probably take Guard or Juggernaut. Maybe piling on to really get rid of those big players. So, pretty common for a Norse team missing some players, but he does have some players that he needs to kind of control the pitch. He has some skills that are going to help, and he has all this block. I feel that he's still in the running, though versus this Chaos Dwarf team, I don't see this. I predict him at least losing 2 more players, if not more. It's just going to be a brutal slaughter. Then we have the Gravestone Gents, who is fighting for their playoff lives, and he has a full roster. And boy, oh boy, have they taken some damage. Wrestle, dirty player, wrestle, and that's it on the ghouls or thralls. He has nothing for SSP on these people, and that's the issue with having a big roster. Is that that MVP gets spread around, and you're not really getting levels. I mean, yeah, you want your levels on your vampires here, but you need your thralls to support. And if you're not at least seeing some basic skills like block, tackle, or even wrestle on a lot of them, it's going to hurt in the long run. And as we see, we have 2 movement downs, one with an AG down, one with an armor value down. And this one, is it just a mixed next game, so he's okay, but only 3 vamps. Yet we see another one in the VGP division. Look at that tank, he's running 5 vampires. And he is just scoring touchdown after touchdown. Out even doing the elves recently. So, I don't know, I feel this is... It's just too many thralls at once. SSP is a little bit just thrown all over the place on this team. And it's not looking I wouldn't say it's looking pretty either. It's... he's missing a lot of supportive skills. But we'll see. If he wins, he could be very much in. But if he loses, it's not going to look pretty. And let's look at the team he's going to be playing. So he has both of them having block, break, tackle, 4 guard. Still looking for the guard on these guys, but with all that AB7, he might just get it. Sharan's block, hobo, dirty player, and kick. So same team, but if you look back at the other one, lack of block on a lot, tackle. So even if he has blodge on those vamps, it's not going to matter. Though his one saving grace is no mighty blow. So he's going to have to start. He's going to have to get a lot of arm breaks and hope he rolls pretty high on those injury rolls. Or the vamps could pull it out, but I still don't see it happening. I still give it to Bone Chewers. And then let's look at the hero of the core division, Dr. Helix, the White Kniggets. Very apt little logo here because of what he just did to that elf team. Those red pluses were everywhere. The Knight of Knee, Mighty Blow, Dauntless Guard, another one leveling up. It's pretty obvious what he's going to take on that. That's going to be his 5th guard. And one SSP away from it, the AG up Bull Centaur with tackle, block, and that's just ridiculous. The other one leveling up is probably going to need to break tackle, guard, mighty blow, something along those lines that helps support if he doesn't get a really good double, kick, and a dirty player. This team, he could go pretty far in the playoffs. He has the removal. He has at least 1 tackle player for those Dodgers, and it's even an AG3. It's a Bull Centaur on top of that, so it's extremely nimble. Well, not maybe nimble, but it can at least dodge from one tackle zone. He can at least move across the field very fast with that 9 movement, technically, with the sprint sure feet. So he has the skills. It's just does he have the skills as a coach to win it all? And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the core division as it's shaping up right now. It's a mad race to that last spot, and we'll see what happens as we go into the playoffs here probably next week. Until then, I'll see you guys next time on BBPN.
Thanks, Ace. That is a great division to watch. I really enjoy watching the core division. And quick shout out to Dr. Helix for bringing the elves down. Nobody would have a single shot at the number 1 seed if Dr. Helix didn't do that. But now, because of that, number 1 seed has opened up. And I will talk about that more later. Anyway, so great job, Ace. Let's skip over and see what's going on with Scar in the MCC.
Dark King, could you... Alright, yes. Yes, of course. Yeah. No, sunbathing is not a torture method. No, I don't think the world of light is better. Yes. Yeah. No. Look, sir, you're really drunk. Could you just go to bed? Yes, you are still my Dark Lord of the Night. No, I'm not going to betray you. You do know you could just kill me with a thought, right? Don't do that. Look. I gotta go. I'm already behind the 8 ball. We'll talk at the next blood moon, okay? Yeah. Okay. I love you too. Okay. Alright. Gobos, how's the recording setup go? What do you mean we're already recording? Oh, you... How's it going, all you ghouls and goblins out there? Scar here as your resident Dark Knight of the Void to give you all you need to know about the MCC. Sorry I couldn't show up last time. I had complications with my Dark King and this current contract I'm in. Anyway, I got some catching up to do, so let's take a look at the past game results before going ahead and checking out the leaderboard. Starting off with the day 1 results, we have Storm Surge versus the Deadskin Mask, ending with a 1-1 tie. How boring. At least the Deadskin Mask had to pay for this victory with a casualty. After that, we have Peace Among Worlds versus the Immortals, ending in another boring 1-1 tie. There isn't even a death here to make the game more interesting. Kinda wish I could actually see the game, but the replays vanished before I could get to it. Now we finally have our only victory of day 1, with the Lustrian Predators beating down and getting away with a 1-0 victory against the Maggot Scum. Good job, ladies. Moving on to day 2, it really seems like Storm Surge can't stop tying, with the Lustrian Predators getting away with a 1-1 tie. And looking at these stats here, I'm not even sure if I would like to watch the review for this game, even if it was available. Now here is a game I wish I could see. With a 2-0 result in favor of the Maggot Scum, and so many expulsions, says that this game got really dirty really quickly. Next up we have 2 very hard to injure teams going head to head, but it seems like the Immortals were managed to outrun the Dead here, with a 2-0 victory. And it seems like Storm Surge in the 3rd day finally got a game that didn't end in a tie, against Emoji of all players, with the Storm Surge winning 2-1 against Peace Among Worlds. And they even managed to get 2 deaths amongst the Norse team. Very nice. Next up, the Deadskin Mask has managed to win a game against the Lustrian Predators 1-0. And it seems like this undead team has gotten a new mask to wear after pinning down and beating to death one of these lovely ladies. I would be excited if I didn't detest undead teams at this point. Next up, despite the Maggot Scum's dirty tricks, the Immortals managed to completely overwhelm and crush the Maggot Scum and win 2-0. Even managing to kill 2 of those elusive goblins. I'm actually really impressed. Although day 4 does have 1 game done already, I think we're gonna have to wait until next time to cover it. So instead, let's see who's at the top and who's in trouble. Starting at number 1, we have Uppercases The Immortals at 2-1-0 record. Very nice, but not guaranteed to keep the first place spot. Then we have the Kodaris' Lustrian Predators at 2-1-1. Very nice record. We'll most likely see this team in the next round. Then in 3rd place we have Ardor Storm Surge at 1-2-0. This spot can be stolen, and this does really show how important going for that win is. Next in 4th place we have Goat Boy's Deadskin Mask with a 1-1-1 record. Not bad, could be better, but we all get Nuffle from time to time. Then the teams in trouble are the Scum's The Maggot Scum with a 1-0-2 record. just shows exactly how cutthroat round 2 has been. And to my surprise, we have Emoji's Peace Among Worlds with a 0-1-3 record. I guess that shows that my predictions curse is still working. Well, I think we're going to have to call it here for now. As much as I would like to go over each of the teams and see how they've changed so far, I think we're going to have to wait for next time to do that. So until then, I have some stupid Bretonnian slaves to punish. Back to you, Cadet.
I think I speak for some of us when I say, just don't predict us. Yeah, I would appreciate that. Predict somebody to win the championship like the Panda. Pick the Panda. Alright, anyway, I believe the Scum has announcement for Games of the Week.
Good day, my fellow Illigans. Welcome to the action of Games of the Week that has been going on all the way through weeks 11. And of course, almost up is week 12. Take a good look at just some of the incredible upsets, topsy-turvies, and everything just going tits up as Nuffle, quite frankly, unzips his fly and does as good any sweaty balls on your forehead, if there's a thought. Right, and also, Illigan Division, they're getting even special treatment. They've been showing even more Games of the Week. You really want to see how crazy some of these teams can go? Go take a look, take some lessons, take a bit of money, especially from the Commissioner's record. I'll publish the numbers later on this week. Anyway, Nuffle, all of you, bless your dice.
I look forward to seeing those games like I do every one of your games to Scum. Alright, so let's go over to the CDT division, who currently has the number 1 seed. Welcome back to CDT Division. I'm your host, Cadet Tank, and we are in the final moments of the CDT Division. We only have 1 or 2 games left, depending on what team you're talking about. And this is how things are shaking out. With Big Rin and Scar on the bottom, they both have to win out to be able to make the playoffs. And then on top of that, they have to hope that Lando loses. For Big Rin, he gets to beat Lando personally. And for Scar, he's gotta go and beat Storn and Hikaru, I believe. And Big Rin, Lando, and Storn. So if they win out, they both can still make it. But man, it's going to be hard, especially when you gotta play the number 1 team in the division. Then you have Lando in 4th right now, who all he has to do is beat No Light Beers for his last game, and he'll be able to make it. He's in. He's good. Hikaru, all Hikaru has to do is win or tie 1 game. He's in. He's there. What place is it going to be? Don't know. Don't care. He's in. That's all that matters. You can't win unless you play. Angry Panda in 2nd. Who's seen this coming? Not so much me. But, anyway. Panda's in. Doesn't matter. And Storn, he's not only in, he's fighting for the number 1 seed overall. Here in the CDT division, we currently have the number 1 overall. And you know what? I'm not happy about that because I'm biased and I'm fine for number 1 seed overall. So, come on, Scar, Big Rin, need you to take out Storn. Sorry, Storn. Alright, so let's look at the teams. Nurgle Warrior would stand firm and guard. That's awesome. The only thing else he would want is guard. 2 guards. 1 Nurgle Warrior coming close to picking up that level, which will probably give him a block. Those were 2 blocks. And then 1 that's still not picking up ASPP. That sucks. He has a ball handler, the biggest thing that the Nurgle needs. with AG4. That's huge. That gives him a little bit of diversity. And he could probably throw the ball if he felt like throwing it. Pestigore, he's building his killer. And then he has his third. That's fresh. He has a Rotter with double heads and extra arms. So I guess that's his backup ball carrier when shit hits the fan. I'm not sure. I haven't really seen this guy in action or how he plans on using him. A Russell Rotter and a leader, which is huge because he needs it. Because only 2 rerolls with Nurgle. I don't know how this guy's managing it. And then 2 on the bench. So this team looks good, though. Well, it looks good for Nurgle. The only thing that I see it's missing the basics: dirty player, and kick. Those 2 things could really help him a ton. Next is Scar, who had a pretty good first round and now is struggling in the second round. His team hasn't really changed much besides his blitzer getting a niggle. 3 blodges. Blodge is nice, but it sucks when you hit tackle. And then you got Russell. Of course, this team comes with Russell. You got strip ball, so he has a ball attacker, which is good, and he has another ball attacker. He has kick, and all else he's missing is dirty player for the basics. So the team looks good all overall. It looks like they can be flexible, and that's mostly because the blitzer's already coming with some ball handling skills. Storm, don't funk with my heart. This guy right here, the basics, 5 guard, 1 stand firm. I imagine he's going to make them all stand firm. He might make a couple mighty blow. Be interesting to see which way he goes with that. Bull Centaurs, 1 with break, tackle, and block, and then 1 which is a heavy hitter, mighty blow, and tackle. Interesting that we went with tackle before block, but I'm sure looking at all the blodgers in the league, he's like, I might as well just go with tackle. And then he's got his basics covered, kick and dirty player, with a agile 4 hobgoblin with sure hands. So he has some ball handling here. Overall, this is a well-balanced team in my opinion, and that's probably why he's number 1 overall. One thing I did see is 4 rerolls. I feel like that's a little excessive, but at the same time, when you run through 3 and you're like, man, I got Nuffle hard this game, he's probably like, I'm going to have a 4th anyway. Probably helped him out. So the Panda is in second. He's definitely going to make it. Just the question is, where is he going to be in the standings? So he has his hard-hitting wolf. That's probably going to die. JK. White with block and guard. He did have a flesh golem here. Unfortunately, he had to sacrifice it to beat Big Ren. So, it happens, but wins are important. More important than players. And then you have block, mighty blow, tackle. His attacker. Man, this is probably the best player on his team. Dodge, wrestle, and strip ball. I say best player only because of his capability to just attack the ball carrier anywhere on the field and then get the ball from him is huge. I just don't see this enough on teams. And you see your best teams normally have somebody like this. So this is big. 2 dirty players and kicks. So you see he has the basics. You're going to see this a lot. A lot of good coaches have the basics. Not saying Panda's a good coach, but he's imitating a good coach pretty well. Flesh Golem and then Werewolf with Blodge. So overall, this is a pretty good team. I expect him to do well in the playoffs. And I won't be surprised if he doesn't get a not second top seed, but a second seed. Big Ren. Can't say I feel bad for Dwarves, but this team I do feel kind of bad for. Movement, it's always good to have movement on Dwarves because they're so slow. Plus armor, don't know about that. 5 guard. How else do you build freaking Dwarven Tacklers? You always put guard on 'em. I guess you could put Mighty Blow, but yeah. And then the Death Roller. Death Rollers are nice for the first half they're on. Now we have Lando the Gambler. Man, this guy started off on top of the world and now he is on the bottom, just taking beatings every game. AV7 Blitzer. Unfortunately, he has to keep him. He can't afford to get rid of him. This is probably the best player on his team, able to jump into any cage and sack the ball carrier. Blodge, tackle, and AG4. So basically, yeah, he jumps into cages on ones, I think. Yeah, ones. Bear has just barely short of leveling. Tackle, block, wrestle, guard, block, dodge. The only problem I really see with this team, I'm surprised he doesn't have more issues, and he hasn't addressed it, is ball handling. I think he had one and he died, but right now that is this team's biggest issue, is ball handling. He has 4 rerolls, so that could help compensate on his lack of ball handling skills, but it is what it is. Alright guys, well that is the CDT division all wrapped up. I can't wait to see how it shakes out up at the end of the week. And that's it. I'm Cadet Tank. And remember, I win, I lose, but never bet against me. So that we know now that the CDT division is coming down to the wire, we have saved the best for last, the Hooligan division, with the Scum.
Welcome to the review of what's coming up for Week 3 in the Hooligan Division. Let's take a peek at the standings have come out here. So, after 2 ferocious battles, yes, you can catch them on Games of the Week here, you can see, of all things, you got it, the Ogre team. Surprisingly, he's on top with a win and a draw. Underworld skating around there after they're just, 1 in 36 on the goal line to swing it around. 1 win, 1 loss. The Necros, 1 win, 1 loss. And the Camry team, Heartbreak Hotel, 1 draw, 1 loss. But remember, not out of it yet. We got 1 more round of matches before they stagger up and they say who plays for the finals. Looking here, coming up, Week 3, Big Rock Whopstone against the Ogre team. This might be a pretty scary matchup indeed. And then Don't Give Me the Ball, the Kemry team versus the Young Frankensteins, the Necro team. Again, scary. Quick review, because boy, did they take some punishment. Let's look at the Young Frankensteins. As you saw on the broadcast there, slight shake-up on the team. Yes, they lost one of the whites there on a permanent death. They're having to start again. There goes the tackle. There goes a couple of extra skills. But looky here, he still has the strength, the fresh goals to anchor it. And again, he's going all in on this strategy here. Another skill up this time. He's got the Dauntless to try and take care of some of the really, really big problems in this division. Like big town golems, ogres, trolls. He's got no choice. It's plodding ahead, definitely. 4 blocks. It's insane to see on the zombies. Will it work? It's going to be interesting considering who he drew for that next round there. He's got to fight the Camry. This is going to be rough here. Let's go look at the next one here. Creaking off, it's the Camry team. After the absolutely bonus, brutal battle you saw Games of the Week. Looky here. As predicted, marching ahead, the strike 6 player, but his back must be the most sore back, trying to carry this team all by his lonesome, and he's getting to the next skill. He just might, as predicted, make it, but will he qualify? Big question there. As you can see, he's slowly but surely trying to keep a core, but again, he's now down to, next game, 9 players against a ferocious Necro team. With the 2 claws, will it stand up? That's going to be a real big question now, isn't it? Here, it might actually go all necro at that point. This might be the swan song. There we go. This is the team that we just find bloody amazing here. Balls to the walls, boys. Yes, they've got a scary match coming up against the Ogres, but look what they've got here. Out critically for a key game is one of the two-headed goblins, so he's only got the one. But he can get in there, he can get in quick, and besides, it's against Snotlings. The rest of his team, this may be the key. He's got the block, he's got the mighty blow, and the one poor troll. Well, is he going to survive? We'll find out. Regeneration might get a sore workout. Prediction, you better trust your ball handling skills, lad. It goes, looky here. It's the Ogre team leading the Hooligan division of all things. And you can see, despite more deaths, more casualties, they've now got two star players, including, for all those interesting problems he had with tripping up at 1 in 36, sure feet and the catch, and of course, the superstar, Jean Grey, the blodge. He's got the catch. Had to be ruthlessly fouled out in that conspiracy by the referees guild just to screw his team over. It's amazing what you can do with old ancient 3,000-year gold coins, isn't it? Well, predictions as told there. Looking at it's going to be scary. We've got the Rock Stones against the Ogres. Prediction here, it's going to come down to ball handling, but if he gets a solid hit or two, and just needs 2 or 3 solid hits, it could be all over, because Mighty Blow and Stunty, formidable combination. And this one here, don't give me the ball. Kemri, they're on the ropes, but that's the way he likes it. He can bounce back. He just has to get a good couple of solid hits. Next thing you know, Frankensteins might be scrambling. How do you do with 4, count them, 4 Tomb Guardians, especially the Strength 6? That might be the key right there. Alright, lads, we see you all in week 3. Nuffle, bless all your dice.
Nice job, Discom, and I know from knowledge in the future that division's getting hot. Alright, so that's all we have for BPN this week. Catch you guys next week, and don't stop believing.